All right, so the topic is molecular perspectives in oncology. Okay, so these are your learning objectives, no? To be able to differentiate normal and cancer cells, to understand the perspective biochemically, molecularly, the characteristics of cancer, the different gene families, mechanisms of carcinogenesis, the processes of cancer formation, and the different pathways of malignancy, plus their components. Take note, no? This pathways of malignancy is very important to identify potential targets for development of treatment for cancer. Okay? So, ayan, anong napapansin po natin? So, sige nga class, can you check on the pictures of, these are your cancer cells. What do you notice? How would you describe your cancer cells? You may unmute anytime. Yan po. O, anong itsura niya? Maganda ba siyang tignan? Ano yung very striking feature that you see?
Irregularly shaped po.
Very good. Irregularly shaped. Tapos, is it ordinarily irregularly shaped? O parang, ano ba yung tawag dyan? Yung mga yan. Hindi lang irregular eh. Pag irregular, ganun lang. Eh, ito matindi. Anong tawag dito? They have what?
Projections.
Projections, no? It's actually, it's a term satellite projections, no? So, this was, they initially thought that the picture looks like a crab, no? During the early years. So, ang pinangalan nila sa crab, ay sa onco is cancer. Kasi it looks like a crab. Okay? So, dyan nakuha yung term na cancer. Okay? So, you would see that there are irregular satellite projections in the cancer cells, no? Apart from your normal cells. So, how do we define cancer? Cancer is an overgrowth of cells having cumulative. What does cumulative mean? Maraming genetic injuries. Not just one, but many, no? And because of this, they have growth advantage over the normal cells, okay? So, it makes them more they can grow easily over the normal cells. In effect, they can kill normal cells and they will be immortal. Okay. What about your Robbins definition? Cancer cells are characterized as antisocial. Okay. Fairly autonomous, no? So pag ang isang estudyante ay antisocial, may sariling mundo, may sariling batas na sinusunod, no? You know how it is, no? So you don't follow the regulatory signals of the cells, no? So that is the main characteristic of cancer that makes it what? Able to outgrow the normal cells. Huh? Okay. So if you would compare a normal and a cancer cell, I will introduce now your different genes, no? When you say oncogene, ano ibig sabihin ng class? Oncogene. Is it something good or something bad?
Something bad.
Bad. Kasi ano ibig sabihin yan? It's a gene that can cause what? Cancer. Right. Okay. So, dito naman tayo, TS gene. Ano kaya ibig sabihin ng TS gene?
Good gene.
Okay. It's the tumor suppressor gene. So, is it a good gene or a bad gene?
Good gene.
Good gene.
Very good. It's a good gene, no? It is a gene that suppresses tumor formation. So, if you would analyze the table, very easy to understand. When oncogene or cancer gene expressions are rare or they are not expressed, you have normal cells. But if your oncogene expression is increased, that's the time that you produce cancer. Okay? What about the TS genes? If the TS genes are well functioning, they are able to be successful at suppressing tumor formation. So that is true for cancer, for normal cells. But when you have lost the function of your TS genes, it will now lead to cancer formation. Okay? Dito naman tayo sa second. GF is growth factor. Okay? So you see that the normal cell normally reacts or behaves intermittently and in a coordinated manner in response to growth factors. No? But in your cancer cells, please all remember this, cancer cells secrete their own growth factors. They have increased growth factor secretion and therefore they signal the cell to continuously grow despite of regulatory signals. Okay? Paulit-ulit ko yung sasabihin. No? And there is a characteristic of cancer that would coincide with this feature of cancer cells. Okay, moving on. So primary cells are the normal cells, and it's not overnight that you develop cancer. Okay, you have different steps or stages in the progression of cancer. There is a stage wherein the cells will undergo immortalization, and still we are not able to diagnose that. And then transformation, and then eventually metastasis or systemic spread. Usually, cancer is detected at this transformation stage already, wherein they secrete tumor markers. Okay? Or worse, pag nag-metastasize na, dun pa lang natin na-diagnose yung cancer. Okay? All right, so these are now your characteristics of cancer. Okay? If you would notice on this illustration, ang dami-daming ways to characterize the main features of cancer. But for our purposes, we will just concentrate on the 4 major characteristics of cancer, which is clonality, autonomy, anaplasia, and metastasis. Okay? So we will be discussing each. So when you say clonality, it means genetic mutations, and these mutations can produce clones of abnormal cells. Okay, abnormal genes leading to abnormal cells. And this is the result of genetic instability that brings about phenotypic heterogeneity and tumor progression. Okay, so how does that happen? Class, ito nakikita niyo po ito. Okay, what do you call this structure? You are very familiar with this one. Ano po yan? Cycle siya. So ano siya?
Cell cycle.
Cell
Alright.
cycle.
That's your cell cycle. Okay? Your cell cycle, what are the stages of the cell cycle, class? Tingnan nga natin. Do you remember the representations of these letters? Ano ibig sabihin ng M?
Mitosis.
Mitosis. Tapos, ano yung mga G?
Gap.
Gap. Gap 1, gap 2. And the S is your what? Ano? DNA synthesis. Alright?
Synthesis.
Okay. So, you would see the cell cycle. This is gap 0, no? So, you would see that, ayan, no? It goes clockwise, no? From gap 1, you'd have 2N, number of chromosomes, and you go to gap 2, nagiging 4N, and synthesis 4N, and then gap 2 prepares it for mitosis until you form daughter cells, no? So, that's basically your cell cycle, all right? So, what do we notice now? What signals the cell cycle to move on clockwise, okay? I will introduce another set of genes, proto-oncogenes. Anong pagkakaintindi niyo, class, when I say proto-oncogene? Is it a good gene or a bad gene?
Bad.
Good gene.
Proto? Bad na siya agad? Proto-oncogene?
Good gene.
Di ba yung oncogene ang bad? Pero ito po is a good gene. Proto kasi parang precursor form siya, no? So the proto-oncogene is actually your own set of genes that signal the cell cycle to move on. Okay? Proto-oncogene siya. Pero, tingnan natin dito, if you convert and destroy and mutate the proto-oncogene to an oncogene, that is what you call a what? A dominant mutation. And conversion of a proto-oncogene to an oncogene will stimulate the cell cycle mas lalong go, go, go. Ang problem, hindi ka na nakakakos ng repair. Okay? That can lead to tumor formation. Okay? Another is ito na, tumor suppressor genes. Saan kaya sa cell cycle nagpa-function yung tumor suppressor genes? Saan kaya, class? What do you think? At what stage does your tumor suppressor gene check on the cell cycle and initiates repair? It is usually what? The
Yes.
gaps. Okay? It's gap 1 and gap 2. So, very helpful siya. Why? Because you prevent tumor formation and you have a chance to repair at the 2 gap stages of the cell cycle. No? But what happens? What may usually happen is that you damage or lose the function of the TS genes. When that happens, what type of mutation would that lead to? Anong klase?
Recessive mutation.
Very good. Recessive mutation. So class, tandaan ha. What is again dominant mutation? Para site po?
Conversion of protein.
Conversion of proto-oncogene to oncogene.
Okay. When you say recessive, ano ibig sabihin natin doon?
Damage po sa suppressor.
Tumors of genes.
Okay. So, class, so you have two types of mutation, dominant and recessive. Okay? Tandaan yan lagi, ha? So, at our current time, no? So, as we always say, medicine is an ever-evolving science, no? Nagbabago siya. But at this present time, the more common form of cancer is usually a recessive mutation. It is more common than a dominant mutation. Okay? So remember that kasi later I will be stressing on that further. Okay? So moving on, ito lang yung summary natin. So okay ka lang kapag proto-oncogenes ka. You have healthy genes and that's a normal process that you signal normal cellular functions. No? But if you are exposed to carcinogens, if you have a genetic predisposition, if you're exposed to a lot of irradiation, mutagens, and viruses, you can damage. Ano ang madadamage? Your DNA, particularly your proto-oncogenes and your tumor suppressor genes. So if a proto-oncogene becomes a oncogene, what type of mutation would that give rise to?
Dominant.
Dominant. And if I damage the TS gene, what type would that lead to?
Recessive
Recessive mutation. Tingnan nyo, pareha siya will cause cancer. Which is more common, dominant or recessive? Alright, so alam na po, ha? Okay. Moving on to the second characteristic of cancer, that is autonomy. Okay? Class, ito, pakitandaan, when I say autonomy, I always refer to unrestricted proliferation. No? Bakit po autonomous? Paano sila nag-grow on their own? Okay? Because this one. Okay? What are the mechanisms that lead to autonomy of a cancer cell? May tatlo po. Number one, lagi yung tatandaan, cancer cells have increased growth factor secretion. Okay? And they themselves have increased receptors for their own growth factors. So if a cancer cell is side by side each other, can they stimulate each other to grow? Of course, because each of them have increased growth factors and increased receptors for the growth factors. Apart from that, napipigilan ba silang mag-grow? Hindi rin po, because number 3 feature is they have independent activation of key biochemical processes. Okay? So remember these 3 mechanisms of oncogene, of autonomy, how cancer cells have autonomy or unrestricted proliferation. Okay, ito na naman si cell cycle. Iba naman ang presentation. Pero just to show you which is the longest phase in your cell cycle class. If you check on this drawing on the left, picture on the left.
Gap 1.
Okay ha? Gap 1, tandaan natin yan. Gap 1 pinakamahaba. So actually maraming nangyayari sa gap 1. Okay? Pag maraming nangyayari, pwede rin ba siyang maraming prone to errors? Diba? Pwede. Okay? So remember that ha? 6 to 12 hours and then S phase is 6 to 8 hours. Gap 2 can be just around 3 to 4 hours and si mitosis 1 hour lang estimated. Okay? Alright, Doc, paano po siya nag-go on and on and on? Okay, I will introduce now a new sets of proteins that will signal the cell cycle to move on. Class, when I discuss a protein, you always have to remember that they come from the central dogma, your genes, correct? DNA transcription, translation, and then translation and the transcription, no? And translation into a protein. DNA replication, transcription, translation. Okay? So, you have your genes encoded into a protein. So, class, ito mandami tayong protein. Kaling sa sarili niyong genes. What are the different proteins? You have 2 proteins that are very important. The cyclins and the CDKs. Okay? Paano ko malalaman, do kung cyclin, they are lettered? A, B, D, E. And your CDKs are numbered. Okay? So, 2 for 6 for this stage and 2 for the others. No? Alright. So, may table naman dyan to help you memorize. But I will center on the function of cyclin D and its activity on the CDKs, 2, 4, 6. This happens in gap 1. Okay? So, tignan natin yung picture dito. Makinig mabuti kasi ito yung core ng onco class, ha? So, cyclin is a protein, particularly your cyclin D at gap 1, that activates what? A CDK. Class, what is a CDK? Ano kaya ibig sabihin ng CDK? Meron bang nakakaalam?
Cyclin-dependent kinase.
Very good, no? So, transit, it's your cyclin-dependent kinase, no? So, from the name itself, it is dependent on cyclin. Therefore, you are sure that this CDK will not be active without your cyclin. Okay? So, cyclin activates CDK. What does the kinase do? Yeah. What does the kinase do? Anybody? Ayan, no, nasa illustration. Kinase, di ba? Alam nyo, hexokinase, glucokinase, o phosphofructokinase. O, anong ginagawa ng kinase?
Phosphorylation.
Transfer of phosphate groups.
Very good. It transfers phosphates. In this case, it transfers phosphate from ATP. Okay? So, where does the phosphate go? It goes to a target protein. Okay? So, naintindihan na natin ang function ng cyclin, CDK, and what it does. Okay, moving further. So, this is now the table, class? I will not dwell on it. Just try to remember the different cyclins and what are their partner CDKs at the different stages of the cell cycle. Moving on, again, GAP1. Okay, mag-name na tayo ng specific protein na pinophosphorylate ng cyclins. Okay, ng CDKs. So, let's have it here. Cyclin, again, what does it do? What does cyclin do? It activates what?
CDK.
CDK. What does CDK do?
Transfers
Transfers the phosphate group.
Oh, very good. In this case, saan niya nilipat, class? Anong protein? It's your?
Retinoblastoma protein.
Very good. Retinoblastoma protein, or PRB, which came from your retinoblastoma gene. Okay? So, class, introduce ko na ngayon si PRB. Ito po si PRB, yung green. Okay? PRB can dominantly bind two things. Hindi pwedeng 50-50 nakadikit sa kanya. Pag bound siya sa isa, majority yon, tapos nire-release niya yung isa. Okay? Ano siya, yung parang exclusively bound to something. And normally, the real state of PRB is it binds E2F. Okay? So what is the function of PRB? It inactivates E2F. Okay? Remember that. PRB binds E2F, therefore inactivates it. Doc, ano po ba yung E2F? E2F is a transcription factor. Okay? So you will see here that PRB regulates the E2F activity because if it's bound, anong nangyari sa E2F? Pag bound to PRB, is it active or inactive? Pag bound. Inactive. But when it releases it, it becomes active. And you could see, these are stimulators. This is a transcription factor. So it stimulates DNA synthesis. All right, class? So, Doc, ano po ang makakapagpa-release ng E2F? Look at the arrow. PRB gets phosphorylated. What is the one that phosphorylates your PRB now?
CDK.
Okay, very good. It's your CDK246 particularly, in GAP1. So, naintindihan na ba, class? So again, cyclin D activates CDK246 and CDK246 phosphorylates PRB. When I phosphorylate PRB, what happens? I release E2F. So if you would think about it, E2F is a transcription factor and you were initially at GAP1, saan napupunta ang ano mo? Ang next phase mo? Since transcription factor ang E2F, it will now stimulate DNA synthesis. Do we follow? Kaya nandun ka na sa S phase. Alright, class? Clear so far? Okay,
Yes,
alright. So, ito na naman tayo. We will review again. What is that cyclin? What's the cyclin in GAP1? Cyclin D. What will it activate?
CDK po.
246, no? Ito lang sa illustration. Pero sinasama ko na yung 2, class kasi the other journals would say 2 also in GAP1. So 246. Tapos, what will CDK246 do in GAP1?
Phosphorylate PRB.
O, pag na-phosphorylate si PRB, anong mangyayari?
Release E2F.
O, ano ulit si E2F?
Transcription factor.
Okay, so what do you stimulate now? You go to the
DNA synthesis.
Very
DNA
good. DNA synthesis. So, pansinin nyo, pagdating dito, phosphorylated pa rin si PRB sa GAP2. Look at when it reaches mitosis phase. What happens to PRB? What happens? Basahin nyo lang. What happens to PRB? Okay, natatanggal. Dephosphorylated, no? So, pag natanggal si PRB, hindi nga siya kayang mag-isa. Gusto niya lagi may nakakabit sa kanya. Ano nang didikit sa kanya ngayon?
E2F.
E2F ulit. Pag nag-bind si E2F, is it active or inactive?
Inactive.
Inactive na. Will it stimulate DNA synthesis? No. Kaya may gap ka ulit. Naintindihan? Umikot na yung cell cycle mo. Di ba? Ay, Doc, ano ba? Si PRB lang pala ang may dahilan ng lahat kaya umikot yung cell cycle. Kaya ang tawag natin sa PRB, governor of the cell cycle. Okay? So your PRB is the governor of the cell cycle because it operates and makes the cell cycle progress into the different stages. Okay? Oh, ito na naman. Nako, ang kulit ko, no? Ito na naman. Oh, cyclin D, ano ginagawa niya?
Activate CDK.
Ang galing niyo na. Tapos, ano ginagawa ng CDK? 246? O, pag na-phosphorylate si PRB, anong nire-release?
F.
E2F. Anong sinisignal ni E2F?
Transcription.
So, anong phase mo na? Synthesis. What is the state of PRB at the S phase and GAP2? Phosphorylated. Tinatanong ko sa exam yan, ha? Tatanungin ko sa inyo kung phosphorylated or dephosphorylated siya. Pagdating sa mitosis, what happens to your PRB?
Phosphorylated.
It gets dephosphorylated and in effect, it now binds
E2F.
E2F. That's why nasa silent si E2F. Therefore, what happens? You have a GAP1 again. Okay? So, mastered na master nyo na. Kahit pa ikot-ikutin ko yan, wala na kayong problema. Okay? Ang galing. Okay. Sige. Di ba is ano lang, tanggap nyo na. Okay. Di ba? Alright. Ang ganda noon. Nahahappy kami dun. Okay. So, eto na po. You are the wild, if you are the normal person, you have the wild type, the normal individual RB alleles are healthy, wala kang problema. You are fine. But what happens if you lose one allele? Magmamanifest ka na ba ng loss of the function of PRB? Hindi pa naman. Only when you lose the second allele in somatic cell that induces tumor formation. How does that happen? Dok, kailangan pala 2 beses, yung talagang total mawawala yung 2 alleles. That is precisely why RB is a recessive disease. So ano yung sabi natin kanina? What is a recessive mutation, class? How did we define a recessive mutation?
Damage or loss ng PSP.
It's the loss of function of the what?
Tumor
Tumor
suppressor.
suppressor. Okay. So your governor of the cell cycle PRB is actually one of the well-known tumor suppressor genes. Okay? Kasi magaling siya eh. Siya yung nagko-control ng cell cycle. Tignan natin ha. Kunwari ito tayo. You've lost the second allele. Totally wala ka ng gene to code for RB. Okay. Anong matatanggal dito sa diagram natin? Anong protein ang matatanggal pag wala kang RB gene? It's wala ka ng PRB. Correct? What's the job of PRB? Balik tayo sa question ko kanina, sa sinabi ko kanina. What's the job of PRB?
Nag-govern po ng
Progression of G1 to S phase.
Okay, but particularly, anong ginagawa niya?
Free the E2F.
Inactivate ito.
It inactivates yun, tandaan nyo. It inactivates, bakit? Binabind niya si E2F. Talagang binder siya ng E2F. Pero, sabi mo nga nasira yung gene mo that codes for PRB. So, ano mangyayari pag walang PRB? Ano nangyayari kay E2F?
Marirelease.
Lagi siyang free. Released siya lagi. So, pag lagi siyang release, anong part ng cell cycle ka laging nandun?
Synthesis.
DNA synthesis ka. Pwede ka rin pumunta sa G2. Pwede kang pumunta sa di ba? Sa mitosis. Pero pagdating sa mitosis, free pa rin siya. May gap ba? Wala. Mitosis, synthesis, gap 2, mitosis, synthesis, gap 2. So, ano sabi natin kanina, tumor suppressor genes function at the different gaps. If gap 1, the longest gap, is not present, can you have tumor formation? Yes or no? Ha? Yes or no? Yes, kasi yung na-synthesize kong daughter cells dito, pwedeng mutated ang DNA, tapos siya rin ang na duplicate ko, tas may daughter cells na naman ako, dinuplicate ko na naman, paulit-ulit, pero yung dinuduplicate mo, sira na genes na. Do you follow? Okay, so that is the one that leads to tumor formation when you have lost the function of your tumor suppressor gene, which is called the governor of the cell cycle. Okay? I hope that's clear. So class, ito po, no? So ito pareha lang din tayo. Growth factors stimulate cyclins to activate CDKs. And what is the end effect? It moves to the right, you phosphorylate PRB, and you signal transcription. Okay? Paano, Doc, pag meron ako nitong mga proteins na to? Yung mga pula sa taas, P15, P21, CDK4, P27. These are proteins with 15 kilodalton weights and so on, no? 21, 27, okay? They are called what? Tingnan mo ang function niya. What does this negative sign mean?
Inhibit cyclin activity.
Okay, so they inhibit cyclin activity. So actually, it's not the cyclin that they inhibit, but the CDK. So they are technically termed cyclin CDK inhibitors. Okay? So what is a CDK inhibitor? It inhibits what? Activation of your CDKs. So instead of going to the right, saan pumupunta yung yung arrow? Pag hindi ka nakaka-phosphorylate, si PRB always bound to E2F. Correct? So what happens to your gap 1 if this is the state of PRB? Always bound to E2F. Hahaba ba siya o iiksi siya? Hahaba siya. Pag hahaba siya at nandito yung mga CDK inhibitor, kaya bang mag-repair? Kasi gusto mo mas mahaba ang site. Pwede ba ako mag-repair sa gaps? Di ba? Pinahaba ko yung gap eh. Yes. Okay. Technically, class, the P21 is the well-known DNA repair CDK inhibitor. Okay? So, siyang ma-activate para mag-cause ng repair. Paano niya i-repair? Habaan ko nga muna. Huwag ko nga munang pabayaan ma-phosphorylate si PRB. So, I will prolong the gap by inhibiting the CDK. Okay? Pansinin niyo, umikot-ikot na tayo. But sana hindi kayo nalilito. If you are clear with the normal, it is easy to understand if there are certain inconsistencies already. Okay? Meron question doon. I hope it's clear. So we progress. Ayan, P21 is one of the CDK inhibitors that's known to cause DNA repair. And where does this happen? In gap 1 of your cell cycle. Later on, we will meet another protein, P53, because it's 53 kilodaltons heavy. That is also now what we call the guardian of the genome. So meron kang governor of the cell cycle, meron ka ring guardian of the genome. Okay? All right. So take note of the two gaps. These are your checkpoints. Okay, and the longer checkpoint is your gap 1. That's the area most often disrupted in cancer. And if you read on this mechanism of regulation of gap 1, yan yung minemorize na natin na ito, no? PRB phosphorylation by the cyclins and CDKs, okay, and release of E2F eventually. Okay. Your gap 2 is operated by your cyclin B and CDC2, okay? Ano bang, nakalimutan ko yung meaning ng cell CDC, cell development cycle ata, no? 2. And this actually is called the mitosis promoting factor because we all know that the next step after G2 is to promote mitosis, no? And what happens in mitosis? There's chromosome condensation, nuclear breakdown, and spindle formation. Okay. We move on to anaplasia. What is anaplasia? There's loss of differentiated functions and bizarre-looking cells. So kanina yung describe natin, kaya nga cancer, there are satellite projections. And because of the disorganized appearance of cancer cells, bakit kaya meron? Because they have large nuclei, prominent nucleoli, and increased chromatin that actually tells you that there is very much high mitosis happening. not only high but abnormal mitosis that is happening. Okay? Ito class, very characteristic feature po, aneuploidy. What is aneuploidy? Sige nga, meron po bang nakakaalam? What is aneuploidy?
Irregular number of chromosomes.
Very good. Irregular, abnormal number of chromosomes. If you have 23XY, pag naging 24 and a half, 21 and a half, sumobra, kumulang, aneuploidy na yon. And because of that, it can lead to abnormalities in the number of chromosomes and therefore phenotypic abnormalities also. Okay? So the fourth characteristic of cancer is your invasion and metastasis. This is this is the end stage na, no, actually. And nakakatakot na siya kasi hindi lang siya confined to its own tissue where it grew. It has active translocation and it can destroy and can go and can transfer from other organs, no, to another site. So active translocation and release of neoplastic cells across the tissue barriers. And a cancer cell can only survive a certain site if it has no blood vessels. So that's neovascularization, or we call that angiogenesis, no blood vessel formation. Okay? So Doc, paano po ba nakakalangoy ang mga imagine niyo, class, di ba yung cells natin are clumped together using an extracellular matrix, no? That is actually your glycosaminoglycans, your GAGs, no, your collagen, no, that holds the tissues together, hold the cells together to form a tissue and to form an organ eventually. Pero ang cancer cells, nakakaalis sila, nakaka-swim out sila, umaalis sila dun sa site. Bakit po? Kasi nga, they secrete metastasizers, which are actually growth factors, no? So there are a lot of growth factors. What example? Oh, yan, no? Type 4 collagenase, cathepsin, laminase, heparanase. Ano yun? These metastasizers are enzymes that degrade your extracellular matrix. Diba? Tandaan nyo, heparan sulfase, collagen, laminin, diba? So if you have enzymes that degrade them, okay, you are sure now that you destroy the extracellular matrix, makakaalis sa site, sa primary site ang tumor, makaka-travel sa bloodstream and can go to another site. Okay? So that's their potential characteristic, and they will survive a distant site if they have no blood vessels. No? Ano ba ang nutrients that transfer through the blood vessels so that cancer cells will grow? Hindi naman naiiba sa normal cells. Class, sige nga, can you name the most important na it is really known to stimulate cancer growth? Buhay na buhay. Pag may supply ng ganon ang cancer cells. Ano po yun?
Glucose po, Doc.
Okay, very good, no? So it's your glucose. So, Doc, paano po ba laging mataas ang glucose ko? What is a constant hyperglycemic state? That is a constant, what? Stress state. Metabolic stress can lead to what? Hyperglycemia. And that is because of hypercortisolemia. Correct? Pag mataas ang cortisol levels, constantly stressed ka, di ba? Ikaw yung type A personality, no? Okay? And you're a diabetic, no? So that can lead all to cancer formation, no? So if you know the cause of growth of cancers, you will inhibit the supply of all of this so that they will not permit the growth of cancer. Okay? All right. So this is the triad of invasion, class. Please remember, no, that there is local proteolysis initially, and then they adhere to the basement. They mobilize into a distant site and then adhere to the basement membrane of a distant site so that they can penetrate and survive. Okay.